Hi, I'm Matt Meyer. I noticed that James Eccles had a Syntex tip of the day, and they're really great, but there wasn't a lot of background on how to actually execute these. So I'm creating a series of videos to explain how to execute James's tips of the day. Let's get started. So starting out, we're going to have to connect up to an Azure subscription. Now I'm going to assume that you have an Azure subscription ready to go. Inside that Azure subscription, you're going to need a resource group that you can connect into for our pay-as-you-go basis. So this is done then in the Microsoft Admin Center, Microsoft 365 Admin Center. And what you're going to do is you're going to go into Setup here, and you're going to go into Use Content AI with Microsoft Syntex. As we go into there, then we're going to go into Set Up Billing. We'll click on that, and it's going to ask you for the same thing. So we need an Azure subscription. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to connect it to one of my Visual Studio subscriptions, and then I'm going to go to a resource group that I know is going to work, and this one is going to be my OpenAI Dev SparkHound one, and select my region. This region is just going to be the closest to me, so I'm going to say this is going to be East US. All right, from here I accept the terms of services, and that's really it. What's going to happen is this is going to set up my billing for Syntex, and when I execute something inside of Syntex, then it will get billed against that particular subscription. Now that we have our billing set up, what we'll need to do is configure Syntex for OCR. So what we'll do is we'll click into this Manage Microsoft Syntex. Again, this is in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. We'll go into Setup and then into the Content AI with Microsoft Syntex. We'll go here into the Microsoft Syntex area and then take a look at optical character recognition. Let's click on that. And we're going to have to set up for the libraries that we want to put in here. Now, what we'll do here is we'll say libraries in selected sites. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select a very specific site. I'm going to put in SparkHound Soft, and that's going to pull up a very particular demo site that I like to use. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We'll save that, and it'll go ahead and deploy and make it available inside there. So what we have now is here is the library that has been activated within that particular site. And what this does is it adds a column, and the column is called extracted text. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply that, and it's going to show up here in our view. What I have now is I have an image that has some text on it. This comes from a brochure. I was in Osaka earlier this year, and I went to Osaka Castle. This is a brochure on the 5th floor. So what we have here is we have several items of text in here that we can show. This is a JPEG. So what I'll do is I will upload this particular image into my library. So what that will do is that'll go ahead and upload that, and after a little bit, it is processed immediately. Again, Syntex is the same syntax as we know, so it does take a little bit of time to process. So it just took a couple of minutes, and there we see that the extracted text column has some information in it. If we go ahead and I've opened up the information panel, and if we check on this, we can go and take a look at the entire output. And there it is. That's all the information that we have from that particular image. What this does for you is it allows your images now to be searchable based upon the text that they have within them. That's probably the biggest use case that you'll benefit from just immediately. But other use cases can be you can now take this extracted text and send it to other APIs. So for instance, if you have a very large scan of a document, you can take that image, grab the information from it, and then put it to the OpenAI system and get a summary of that document back. That's one particular use case. So there you have it. I hope you found this video informational, and hopefully there'll be a lot more to come.